Picture this. You're 10 days into a civil collapse. Your family is low on food and water, and you must leave your home to get supplies. You, like many Americans, live in the suburbs of a large city, and you're left awake at night to the sound of gunshots and explosions, hoping it doesn't move any closer to your home. That is the worst case scenario, and why I began Sun City Tactical to help people who are aware of what we could potentially face in an unstable world like we are in today. Today, we're going to be talking about how to survive in an urban environment by using tactics, techniques, and procedures that I have developed to keep my family safe in the event of a societal collapse. First of all, when pertaining to your home, you want to make it look as least favorable as possible. When the COVID pandemic started, I pre-made signs to put on the front of my house to look official, stating something along the lines of, "This home has been deemed quarantined by the state of Texas due to a COVID-19 outbreak in the home." This would have been a good deterrent when we knew little about the virus to stop would-be intruders at the height of the lockdown last March, April, May timeframe. You must get in the mind of a criminal when faced with adverse situations and figure out what you can do to stop them from even coming close to your property or your family. I highly recommend printing off or saving aerial photos of your neighborhood or immediate area. I would recommend printing them off in case the event comes where there's rolling power outages or you can't gain access to a laptop, then you have them on your person. I do this so I can mark homes that I know are friendly or what I would consider enemy or hostile. It's also a great tool to use for a map reconnaissance to help you identify things that you can use to your advantage. In my case, I know where all the pools in my neighborhood are located, and in a worst case scenario, I could go to those residences to collect water and then filter it to drink. So, without giving away exactly where I live, here are some of the maps that I have. I have zoomed in images, and then I have images from a little farther back so I could plan roads or routes if need be. Now, if you're going to do this, I recommend putting them in a laminated sheet like this and then having map markers. That way you can use them to mark either friendly homes, enemy homes, the pools that you plan on going to collect water, or if there's anything that looks favorable that you may need, use this. Just make sure you have an alcohol pen or some sort of rubbing alcohol to erase things and make adjustments to your documentation if need be. All right, so you must practice noise and light discipline in both inside your residence and outside if you're patrolling your neighborhood or scavenging for supplies, conducting a reconnaissance, whatever the case may be. Nothing is more threatening to somebody than looking outside their window and seeing someone with a flashlight rummaging through the yard or property. You're basically guaranteed that you're going to have some sort of conflict, whether you get shot or whatever else might arise from that. But if you can avoid it, then avoid it. Never travel alone if you do not have to. You should always have someone there to watch out for you or pull security if you are outside of your stronghold or your residence. Plus, in the event that your family or someone on your team is injured, the other person or the other members of the team can provide tactical medical care to that individual that's down. And they can also secure some of the gear that that person had on them if they are a casualty. If you do decide to maneuver in a vehicle, have one person in the vehicle focus on whatever is behind you. This person can watch for vehicles following you and engage any threats if need be, or if the need arises. This would be extremely difficult to use precision fire while you're driving a vehicle alone. And on top of that, you would not be able to use any sort of modern sporting rifle while you're driving. You might be able to engage with a pistol, but it's going to be very difficult to put on accurate precision fire. Now, if you have a second person or multiple people in your vehicle, they can use long guns or something similar to an AR-15 to engage a threat while you focus on getting away from the danger. Traveling by vehicle can be faster, but it's much more restrictive as well. You have to watch out for choke points or any areas that are going to funnel you in. You want to avoid main roads that are highly trafficked and roads such as cul-de-sacs where there's only one way in or out. It'd be very easy for someone to take advantage of you in both those situations. Keep in mind that vehicles are bullet magnets. If you find yourself in a situation where you're taking fire and must stop and exit your vehicle, get away from it as fast as possible. That being said, do not travel with too much gear at any given time, especially if you can't afford to leave equipment behind. If you're caught in a situation where you must bolt from your vehicle, it's going to be very easy to leave things behind. So make sure that everything that you need is in a bag and you can just grab it and go. When traveling or conducting reconnaissance, use different routes. A rule of thumb that is used overseas is to never use the same route twice. It'll avoid any threat from you detecting a pattern of life and or correction, it'll avoid any threat from detecting a pattern of life for you. So the bad guys won't be able to watch you come down the road every day and know exactly what your routes are and plan it to their advantage. It'll also allow you to understand what's going on in your immediate area if you're using different routes or roads. Next time you walk outside your home, look at all the two-story buildings out there, and each and every one of them can be used as an urban hide for a sniper to set up in. And granted, this is not just two-story homes, but these two-story homes will provide a vantage point. If you're in a massive super city, then everywhere above you looking down is essentially funneling you in. So keep that in mind. If the situation is bad enough, shooters could set up in random homes and take out anyone with supplies that they want or need, or just take you out because they feel like you may be a threat to them in the future. Understand that every time you choose to go out during a period of civil unrest, it's literally a choice of life or death. Use this time to prepare yourself as much as possible so you're ready to face an event of any magnitude. Anyone that hopes for civil unrest has clearly never seen the evil that people can turn to. Prepare now and train now so you don't have to regret it later. As always, stay safe, protect what's yours, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.